Leonardo da Vinci's name evokes the concept of genius in the public imagination. He was an engineer, architect, inventor, sculptor, scientist, writer, musician, and of course the artist. He is known as one of the greatest artists of all time. Leonardo da Vinci opened a new era in the development of Italian art, the era of High Renaissance. It was a period in the European history of intellectual and cultural rebirth, with the concept of man at the center of the universe. Out of about 10 paintings by Leonardo da Vinci, which have survived until today, 2 are in the collection of the Hermitage Museum. Leonardo da Vinci's Madonnas are displayed in the former study of the Tsar Nicholas I. The study was designed by the Russian architect Andrei Steckenschneider and is richly decorated. The ceiling paintings are painted by the Russian and Italian artists. Fireplaces are faced with marble, lapis and serpentine jasper. The doors were made by the Russian craftsmen in the buhl technique. Madonna with the Flower or the Benoit Madonna was painted in 1478, when Da Vinci was still a young man in his 20s. Madonna is also very young. She is dressed in the gown of a rich Florentine lady, with the hairstyle traditional for the time. Because of that, she looks like a real person. A young mother playing with her baby and showing him a flower. The flower is in the shape of the cross, which points for the future crucifixion. Madonna and the child are united by a common sense of discovery of the world, reflected in the serious look of the child at the flower and the joy of the motherhood lighting up the face of a young mother. The other name of the painting is the Benoit Madonna, because in 1914 it was purchased by the Hermitage from the family of St. Petersburg architect Leonti Benoit. It was painted in oils, which were rarely used in Italy at that time. The other painting by Leonardo da Vinci represents him as a mature artist. The Litta Madonna was painted by Leonardo in 1490 in Milan. The painting was bought from the collection of Duke of Litta in Milan, hence the name of the painting. Tsar Alexander II acquired this painting in 1865 for the collection of the Hermitage Museum. It was originally painted in tempera on wood and transferred from board to canvas in 1865. The sketch for this canvas, drawn by silver pencil, is in the Louvre Museum in Paris. In this work, Leonardo da Vinci shows his peaks of understanding, the beauty of the world and the human being. The artist created the ideal image of Madonna and the Mother. The scene of the Virgin Mary breastfeeding her Christ child shows motherhood and motherly love, perceived as perhaps the greatest human value. Leonardo da Vinci shows himself as a great master of the composition and of the treatment of light and colors. The composition is simple and balanced. The figures of Madonna and the Christ child painted with the finest use of light and shade, a special technique invented by Leonardo da Vinci, which is known as sfumata. Madonna with the child is linked to a wider world by the light from the windows. Beyond the symmetrical windows lies an endless mountain landscape, recalling the harmony and vastness of the creation of the world by the God. Leonardo da Vinci depicted Madonna at the moment of intimate contact with her son. Madonna's face is of ideal beauty. It is touched by shadows, and the fleeting smile conveys profound emotions. For Leonardo da Vinci, the fleeting smile symbolized the inner life of a person, the spiritual life. The transparent ribbon at the head of Madonna symbolizes her purity, while the blue mantle symbolizes the Church and the God. In this painting, Leonardo da Vinci used 100 shades of blue color. The red dress is a symbol of the Passion of the Christ. The child is holding a small bird. It is a symbol of the future crucifixion of the Christ. Leonardo da Vinci created a three-dimensional connection between the viewer, Madonna, and the child. We are looking at Madonna. Madonna is looking at the child is looking at us. The look of the child is very serious, as according to a legend, he was born as a mature person in the body of a child. There is one unusual detail at the painting. There are the openings at the red dress of Madonna, which were sewed up with the thread. It is clear that the mother couldn't sew up the openings up every time after breastfeeding her child. Why did Leonardo show this unusual detail? The reason is that Madonna wanted to stop breastfeeding her child, but after she heard the cries of the baby, she couldn't stand it, and at the last moment she decided to open the dress up. With this unusual detail, Leonardo da Vinci wanted to show the mercy of Madonna and the love of the mother